Right on schedule, aren't we?
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 17, the Multiverse of Toys podcast. Yes, I'm back, Mr. MOC AC.
Took a week off, didn't you?
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, you know, life hits you in the face sometimes, and my work schedule's just been bonkers. So
Yeah.
we definitely appreciate our good buddy Brian Toe stepping in for me. I'm looking forward to hearing that episode.
Longtime friend of me and yours,
Yes, yep.
fan of the show.
Big time.
Was there for us for the Fisher Price
Wait a
toy
minute. Oh, there
commercial.
he is. Oh, he's joining us. Hey, buddy.
What's up, buddy?
What's up, buddy? He's in the back. He's in
Sweet.
Jared's normal spot. Jared
That's
had
right.
a family emergency that he's taking care of, and wish him all the best and
Absolutely.
speedy recovery.
Yep.
And he'll be back here soon with us. Miss you, buddy.
Miss you, buddy. Hope everything's going to turn out well.
And yeah, this is episode 17. Like AC said, his work
Mm-hmm.
schedule's been nuts. So Brian Toe stepped in from on the last one, and now he's back on this episode. You saw the new Top Gun movie, right?
I did, man. You know what? And to start off, it's good to be back, bro. You know, always hanging out with my Iceman and my Maverick.
Nice, bro.
Thanks, bro.
Mr. MOC, AC.
That's right.
I'm Sean O'Brien, the 80s kid. This
Yeah.
show is definitely not safe for little kids.
Well, it's not too bad, but I would
Well.
definitely not sit the old kids down and have
We're
a
gonna
good old time around it. But
We're going to review a bunch of TV shows, movies this week, and I want to talk about the new season of The Boys, and I'm going to play a clip for you.
Oh, okay.
It's definitely not safe for little kids, so
Yeah.
I'm just warning you now.
all right,
Yeah, but
and we're gonna review Stranger Things. This new season 4 has been wow. That's all I got to say.
I feel like
I
they
mean,
came back hard. Yeah,
They did. I mean, you know, we had to wait over a year or two. I think 2 years. I think we were waiting on this, and it really delivered, in my opinion, for sure.
I agree. Yeah. So we'll get into that. So we're going to
Yeah.
talk about The Boys, Stranger Things, the newest episodes of Obi-Wan, and we'll round
yeah,
out
I can't wait.
this show with Arthur's spoiler-free Top Gun review, because I haven't
Yes.
seen it, but I
No.
can't wait to see it. I've been meaning to see it. I just haven't. But I've heard good
know.
things from everybody.
It is.
You
It's,
gotta see this movie.
I don't want to get too into
Yeah,
it.
we'll
Right now,
get
but
into
we
it.
will.
We'll just talk about. I went to that little G.I. Joe convention.
Oh, really? How was
yeah,
it?
I think it was last weekend I went. It was cool. It was
Yeah.
it was just a small little thing. It was at a VFW not far from here.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Okay.
A lot of vendors that we work with on
Yeah.
other toy shows I saw, so it was cool to see those guys. And I got there around like 1 or 2. It started at 9 a.m.
Okay.
So a lot of stuff had sold already. I wasn't planning on buying a lot of stuff. I'm pretty tapped out. I need to start. I always say this, but I've still got to sell
I know,
stuff
yeah,
before I
yeah.
buy more stuff. And bumped in a couple of our normal vendors. They said they were having a good day. Sold a bunch of cool
Good.
G.I. Joe
Good.
vehicles. There was a U.S. flag on display.
Oh, I saw that photo you posted. That was sick, man.
It's always cool to see that in person because you
Was
almost
it
forget.
completed?
I didn't ask. It looked like it had a lot
Yeah?
of stuff. I didn't ask. I don't think it was for sale. It was just.
Oh, really?
I think it was just on display.
Wow, that's kind of hard to drag that thing just for a display piece, but
Yeah, it was with a couple other display pieces. I could be wrong. I mean, everyone's got their price. Maybe if I offered the
it's
guy
true.
$20,000, he probably would have sold it. But
maybe.
it's always cool to see that thing on in
yeah.
all its glory. It's so huge,
Dude,
bro.
no toy company makes something that massive anymore.
I think they should re-release that. I'd buy
I
it.
take that back. I think Hasbro actually, the Jabba skiff sail barge.
Oh,
that
thing's
thing was on
massive,
par
right?
with it. Yeah,
well,
that
I
thing
saw
was
that at
huge.
MegaCon somewhere.
Yeah, I mean that thing probably bigger than this table. And
I've
probably
never
up to
seen it
Brian down
open.
here.
I mean, I've never seen it live on display. You have?
No, not on a display. I've seen it in box. So it's
yeah,
pretty
the box
massive.
is impressive too. I
Yeah.
was like, damn, it's expensive. You know, else as big as that Super 7 Snake Mountain. That's a cool
Oh
thing.
my
on display.
God,
I saw
yes.
that at Echo Base Collectibles had one.
Oh, we did. That's right. That thing
Yep.
that thing's huge.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man.
I'm
That's something I'd
hoping,
like to
we
buy.
get that from Mattel. I mean, not probably that size, but at least something decent.
It's really
you know?
cool, yeah.
But-
What else did I see there? I saw a complete TMNT Terradrome.
No.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was $350 or $450, but it was in nice shape too, bro.
That's what I got at the house. I still have mine.
Is it complete?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
I have to put all the pieces
It's not
back on
You
it.
should have that thing on display,
I
dude.
do.
It's
I
such
know.
a cool
Dude,
piece.
it's one of those things, man. Like I got a lot of projects at my house I got to catch up on. Yeah.
But you know, it's a smaller show. It was just really like hardcore GI Joe vendors. A lot of GI Joe stuff I'd never seen before. There's carded figures with different like Asian graphics on them and writing stuff like that. Yeah, I didn't even know what they were. There's a lot of.
Wow.
And that guy had a bunch of his like graded like in acrylic cases. They were like $350, $450.
I can appreciate that. I know there's a collector verse out there for just graded stuff.
Yeah.
I don't. I don't know. Just to send that out and spend all that money to get it done, and then if the, and that's a lot of times too. I've seen where people have gotten the mailed back to them, and the case is damaged and stuff, and it's like. You spend all that money to send it out to get graded, and then it comes back damaged.
What do you mean, the acrylic case itself?
Yeah, the acrylic case. Yeah,
really?
yeah. I mean, because they ship it back, and
don't they do that live at shows? I swear I remember
sometimes
them like at shows. They'll grade them right there for you.
Yeah,
like, I would do that.
That big conference that's been going around the country, Collecticon, has a booth over there.
Did they do the figures and the comic books, or just the?
I believe so.
Yeah, I would be down for that. But like I wouldn't get scared to send my Voltron 3 3/4 figures out. They're so mint. I'd be afraid they get lost or crushed. Or...
Yeah, you imagine FedEx like smashes the box or something, and then when they get to them, they're like,
dude, I would like. I would put it in a box and put a box inside a box inside of a box, to make sure like nothing happened to it.
Here, can I ship this steel box with my stuff in it with, please? Thank you.
Well, it costs a lot to get them graded. And it's like, is it worth it? I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I've been to some of those shows where I've seen those like graded acrylic boxes and the huge just gash down the side and stuff. And I'm like, oh god.
Really? I feel like I don't see that a lot. Usually, I feel like I see they look good.
I mean, no, they do look good, but I mean, there's a few I've seen. I feel horrible.
Well, the comic book is easy because the comic books are all the same size. So they just look at it, okay, review it, slap it in the typical whatever acrylic case.
That's a pliable case, though. You know what I mean? That they put them in for the comic.
Yeah,
book,
but my point is like to do a comic book versus an action figure. Every action figure is a different size. Then you got to display accessories. So like they have to do all these weird little mini shelves inside for the gun or the sword or you know what I mean?
Oh, for a loose one? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah,
like a loose action figure.
Gotcha.
If it's an action figure comes with 4 accessories, then how do you display all that in there? Everything is a custom job when it comes to that stuff. Sorry, the loose figures. That's what I meant. What else did I see there? I don't know. I didn't stay too long. I was like, of course, I want to buy all kinds of stuff.
Of course you do.
I bought the old school wrestling Andre the Giant LJN.
Really? They had that there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Oh, it's right here.
Nice.
Pretty good shape too.
Really?
Thought you'd like
nice.
Check it out.
Dude, this is really good shape.
Yeah, I think it was $25. Not bad, right?
No, not at all for an LJN then like this. Wow, man.
Very little paint wear, right?
Yeah. Dude, you got a good deal on this, man.
Yeah, what are those, 1984, 1985 figures? I love that old, those.
Yep, 84 right here.
Yeah, those old rubber wrestling figures, all those guys. I'd like to have that whole set. Rowdy.
Yeah.
Macho Man.
Yeah, more or less you can get the 84 LJNs for pretty decent prices.
Yeah, but you can't find them like in good condition.
No,
they're usually
because people beat the hell out of them.
Right, because these are ones that people like were wrestling them all the time.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like,
throwing them all over the place.
right.
Now, just a little tidbit. The ones that are really expensive ones, if you ever found like the black carded wrestling superstar LJNs, they were a short-lived line. Those things are worth a ton of money.
From 1984?
No.
They weren't like these big rubber figures?
No, they were. But it
came out later?
Yeah, because there was if I remember right, they were selling the line.
Was it these types of guys? Was it like Andre the Giant, Junkyard Dog?
No. It was
later.
Yeah, it was later on. I think it was like, I want to say 88 or 89. I think it was 89 when that, because I think that I believe it was 89 because they went into Hasbro ended up getting the rights to WWF figures after that for wrestling. And that was a short-lived line, and they went out. I don't know if LJ.
I'm gonna look some up on eBay.
Yeah, if you want to take a look. I don't even know if they're selling any because they're so rare. But I mean, when we're talking rarity, we're like thousands of dollars carded if you can get it. Now,
what are they? Black card LJN.
Yeah, LJN black cards. Try to put in and see if that helps.
And these are, you don't have a year or anything like that, do you?
I want to say 89, if I'm not mistaken.
But these got to be on the card.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I'm not quite sure loose what they're worth. I'm sure they're still worth a decent amount of money. Let's see.
Is it? Then these look familiar to you?
There you go.
Oh, here's
see?
one. Holy
go.
shit!
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, so 1989 LJN Wrestling Superstars.
So see, I was right. 89.
Hulk Hogan, white shirt, black card. Let me check the completed listings. Let me put in 1989. That'll probably whittle it down to more what we're looking for here.
Those are very rare. I mean, look at that Ted DiBiase with like no nose. It's like
even beat up.
Like over 150. Look at
I don't know
look
that
at
I've
Boss
ever
Man, $300. Well, I mean, you can list it for anything.
Settle down.
Yeah,
I'm gonna pull up the sold listings. All right.
See, look at Boss Man, dude.
I don't know that
268.
I've ever seen these guys.
Yeah,
So
Rick Rude.
We're looking at a bunch of loose ones right now. 375 Ultimate Warrior loose. I've never seen. Well, obviously you never seen them because they're rare.
No, they're very rare.
These ones that I just got are super common, right?
To a point. Yeah.
Why were these ones rare? They weren't selling in the stores.
No, it was a short-lived line because I think, like I said, I think they were. I want to say LJN. I think either LJN had
$800.
Well, that's Road Warrior Hulk though. The Road Warrior is always anything that of theirs is always.
Is it
expensive.
the Road Warriors?
Yeah,
that's a big one, huh?
Oh yeah, they they're humongous.
Look at that,
look at that.
Big
Graded
Boss Man
too.
graded in the card over
$3
grand. Wow. Yeah, these are crazy expensive.
Oh yeah, I want to say, I think this was, like I said, this is the tail end of the LJN line. And
look at that Boss Man in loose, $700.
Look at the
he's in great
mint
condition
with his weapon, everything.
Yeah. Damn, I'm gonna keep an eye out for these.
Yeah.
Who's this guy? Oh, Ravishing Rick Rude. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and see Andre. They had the black singlet Andre. Look at that.
Here's the carded Andre.
The card
is jacked
beat to
up.
hell and still over $1,300.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh. That's cool. That's a good little tidbit.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But,
yeah, so that was it. I got in and out of there.
All right.
Said what's up to some people I knew. Just bought a couple things. I took my daughter, and of course she's like going crazy, wanting to buy all kinds of stuff.
Really? I got it.
Not like G.I. Joe stuff, but like she found someone who was selling some Disney pins. She bought a Disney pin, and then some other guy was selling a bunch of stuff, and he had some kind of like little kids playset blimp. I don't know what it was, and he was only selling for $12. So of course I got it.
You know that's truly your daughter when she's running around going, "Daddy, look all the
dude.
toys."
I know, right? At least she's into the toys. My son is Oh, actually, my son bought a Star Wars Black Series.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
I should have had it in here.
I gotta talk to him about it now.
I'll show it to you on the next show. Yeah.
Who's the character?
Man, I don't. It was like a stormtrooper or a clone trooper.
Oh.
I think it was a clone trooper.
Oh, now you
got it for $25.
Oh, now you got me buzzing, bro.
I got a Deadpool. Oh, that's right. I got a Deadpool.
Dude, why are you not prepared, man? What's going on here?
What are you I was excited to have you back. I'm all flustered.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
Oh, and I like your Stranger Things 11 shirt, man. It's like a retro style. She got her hand out.
Friends don't lie.
Friends don't lie.
That was from season 3.
Very cool.
You know, oddly enough, they do have merch out, but they don't have as much as they used to.
Yeah,
it's kind of bummer. But.
So, you don't watch The Boys on Amazon Prime?
No. I mean, not that I just don't have Amazon Prime. So
it's been a little while since a new since season 2 ended. I kind of like just hadn't thought about it for a while, and I forgot that season 3 was coming.
I'm aware of the show. I know it's like a very vulgar R-rated superhero show.
It's a hard R. Toe, you've seen it, right?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Hard R, very gory. It's a very like anti-hero superhero show, right? So like a lot of the superheroes are corrupt. Like the guy, this show's version of the Superman guy, who's pretty much invincible, got the laser eyes, is like the worst one.
Really?
Like he's like, and he's like the leader of the team. So like on camera and everything, he's like Mr. Captain America, smiling and like happy, pure, good guy. But like behind the scenes, dude, he's like the most vile.
Really?
And no one can defeat him. So it's like you either go with what he says, or he's gonna like kill you, like cut you in half with his eye beams.
Holy shit.
So, and I'm a huge fan of really dark, hard R stuff.
Oh, yeah,
Probably out of our circle of friends, I'm probably the most, when you say, like, I just love that dirty, like, horrible shit.
Well, have you, speaking of which, like, like a anti-hero-esque, did you ever see that fan-made movie years ago on the internet that they made of Power Rangers?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That
was
dark
really good.
Power Rangers. That always reminds me of that.
It was like focused on the Black Ranger, right?
Well, somewhat, but I mean, they were all the all the colors were in there. Pink Ranger was in there. I think.
Oh, was there different? Was it episodes
Red Rangers,
or was it a movie?
I thought it was a movie. No, you might be right. I think it was episodes. It was a while ago, but
so maybe I haven't seen all of them. But I remember seeing. Yeah,
the Black Ranger was one of them where he was like doing cocaine lines and he had like hookers and prostitutes.
Yeah, like he had like a drug problem, right?
Yeah, and then like didn't he die? And then like
I don't remember, but I remember him kicking ass in the fight scenes. Yeah, and they were like gory, like blood and like. I was like, all right, this is the Power Rangers I can get into. You know?
All of them were really like it was really sick. Like I think the Pink Ranger got murdered or something. I don't know what happened. It was really crazy.
But it's a cool rated R twist on an otherwise family friendly franchise, right?
Oh, yeah. And this was before that last movie came out too, so it's been at least 5-6 years ago they made that. So.
Yeah.
But
yeah. So The Boys is just like over the top, gory, violent. I mean, just brutal. Carl Urban is the hero.
Oh, nice.
He's the protagonist, and so he like is with this team of guys that go after, and they hate the Supes. They call them the Supes in the show, the superheroes, because they know they're corrupt, and a lot of the guys on the team have been affected personally by the superheroes, like maybe cause a death in their family or.
So what did the Supes are like? Do they like smile for the camera and everybody thinks they're wonderful, but they're actually the worst people, and then like all the bad stuff that happens is because
not
of them?
all of them, but a lot of them. And then they work for the Vought Corporation, and that corporation is like, you know, the typical evil corporation. Like so many of them, just like profit at all costs, driven. Like we got to do everything. Like like they'll come off this. You know, they're always like the superheroes have publicists and agents, and they're always like, oh, your points are up this week, and we got to protect your image. Or if like one of the superheroes goes off and does a bunch of blow and like murders a prostitute, the team will come in and cover it up, and like all these PR people.
Wow.
So like now there's this team of guys that aren't superheroes that are trying to do what they can to like kill these guys or blow up, you know, show the corruption or, you know, get a spotlight on that. And that's pretty much what it's about. Okay. So Carl Urban is, you know, him, the badass dude.
Carl Urban, anything he's in, I'll watch.
Oh, me too. He's so cool, right?
The actual Judge Dredd.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Exactly. Not the cheese Sylvester Stallone one. I love how he did that whole Judge Dredd movie without taking his helmet off.
Yeah,
you know?
It's fantastic.
So I'm going to show you the scene. I forgot that the season had premiered, so there was I watched 3 episodes last night. I was so pumped. I'm like, I love this show, and I want you to watch this scene because this scene, just a little backstory in the scene. This is one of the bad superhero guys. He can control. He's kind of like Ant-Man. He can go big and small.
Okay.
And
real quick before you play. So what does Carl Urban and his guys do? Are they have to go in and like are they trying to take out the Supes at some point? Or
right, they're the team of the guys that are trying to disrupt and expose how evil.
Evil they are.
Yeah,
okay, I got you.
So this guy right here in the background is one of Carl Urban's team members. So he's
Frenchie?
at this.
Is that what I just saw?
Yeah, I think that's his name. Is
Tomer Capone.
Yep, Frenchie. So he's here to like kind of. I think they're trying to catch this guy.
Okay.
So just here, I'll give you. I'm just gonna play. So they're at a party and. Hang on, let me get this full screen going on here. I don't know why I can't.
What a great character name, Frenchie.
Oh, dude, the casting is really good. Okay, so this is the superhero. So
all right, we're starting off with blow already. Here we go.
Yeah, he's in here doing blow. Like I said, not safe for kids, guys. So this is about to get really, really hard R and explicit. So he's doing blow with his boyfriend in the back. They're like making out, doing drugs, and listen what he says here. His boyfriend says to him, "I want you inside me." He's talking to the guy that can shrink. So I'm like. Oh, so now
no way.
The boyfriend pulls down his pants.
Just keep watching.
And I'm thinking, okay, he's gonna jump in his butthole or something. So the superhero jumps on the table, goes micro size, and now look at him on the table. He's standing on this table as this tiny little guy, and so now the lines of cocaine are huge. He's like jumping over him. He's naked, walking over to his boyfriend who just pulled down his pants. And now like, oh god, dude.
Oh my god,
is that
bro!
awful?
What the hell, man?
So his boyfriend laid his penis out on the table, and it's like, well,
oh my god.
He's crawling. He jumps.
And look, he's like, yes. Oh my god.
He crawls into the tip of his penis and crawls inside of it, dude. It's so hard to watch. Now you get an interior shot of like the canal of the penis tube, and he's walking inside of there.
Oh my god, man!
This is brutal. And look at his boyfriend's like, oh yeah, he's loving it.
Oh my!
It's so disgusting. It's so hard to watch.
Oh.
And he's like feeling the inside. Oh, his boyfriend goes, get to the prostate. So he's making his way to the back of his penis inside the tunnel.
Dude,
micro-sized.
I would not want to be the set designer on this show.
Dude, could you imagine? Now look at him. Wait, shh, watch this. So he's he's trying to hold back a sneeze. Oh, God!
Oh!
Bro.
No way!
He just was inside his dick, and he was like close to the prostate. And
oh my God, and he blew up.
He sneezed and accidentally transformed into a normal size while he was deep in there and blew up half the guy's body.
Oh my God.
Oh, isn't that brutal? It's like
Frenchie's like, yeah, right.
All right, so I just wanted to play that scene. Isn't that
wow?
So you saw that already, bro.
Wow.
Wait a lot, and that's the season. That's not how the show, season 3. Show it started with some other stuff and then they cut to listen, about 10 minutes in this scene happens.
I've seen some dark superhero stuff, man, and it's been really cool.
This takes the cake,
this thing's like out left field, man.
It's anti-superhero.
Oh no, yeah, but I'm
like bravo to the guy that thought of that wrote that scene, and then bravo to the people that on Amazon, you know, or the
I
production
still
was like,
can't
okay,
believe-
we'll let you film that.
It's like, oh, I want you to sign me. It's like,
Didn't you think he was gonna jump in his butt?
yeah,
Me
yeah,
too. I'm
yeah.
like, oh, gross.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, so this is like X-rated, like Body Wars here, you know? You imagine like coming to the set designer and be like, hey, so like I don't know if that was all digital, you know? Him
Well,
obviously
of course
crawling.
it was. I wouldn't know, but think it was practical?
Well,
Oh, you think they built a giant penis? You mean?
Well, maybe
Oh, you mean?
at the front of it, you know? I mean, just like the.
Oh, I guess you're right. I guess they could have.
like for him to go in.
Right.
Because
to
clearly the urethra tube that he's walking around in, you had to build that.
Yeah. Oh,
You
yeah.
know.
I guess you're right. Yeah. Man, I don't know.
You know what I
It's
mean?
like-
You imagine you're like, it's like you come in, you're like, oh great, wait, what are we building on this today, guys? He's like, well, we're gonna be, building a giant penis hole. We're only getting like part of the tip. You know, it's like, what? It's like,
All right, hear me out
okay.
here, okay? It's gonna be funny. People are gonna love it. We're gonna build a giant penis. How big? Like big enough a man could crawl in. What?
Yeah, wait,
What do you mean?
Like,
A man to crawl in a penis hole?
wait. I thought
Exactly.
this was a dark superhero show. What am I? What
Yeah,
is this?
what is
did
this?
did I wander on the wrong set here? Like, what's going on? Wow, man.
I was watching. I was like cringing, like holding. Like,
Oh my
don't crawl in
God.
there. Oh my god.
He sneezes, it just blows right up and blows the guy to bits.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did I say
Wow.
spoiler alert? I meant to say spoiler alert.
Yeah, well, dude, I mean,
Too late now?
yeah, I don't care. I'm like,
Well,
I just
anyways,
can't-
if you haven't seen this show,
oh my god, man, I'm
It's
like,
so amazing.
That is insane, dude.
it's
Wow.
it's brutal, dude. It's I
Okay.
love it, man. I think it's amazing. The fight scenes are crazy. They don't pull any punches.
Yeah.
And they're just I mean, that was just one example. But way to like open up the season 3, right? To let you know what the show's all
Seriously.
about. It's like
Good Lord.
It's beyond dark.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, I love it, man. So
I
I've
like how
been-
Frenchie walks. It was just like, oh, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, it's gnarly, man. So I would highly recommend if you like
Okay.
dark, gory stuff
Yeah.
and superhero stuff. This is
All
this is
right.
the show for you.
Okay.
You should check it out, though, man. It's really cool.
All
Just
right.
get Amazon for a
Freebie
month
or
and then
whatever.
like binge it, dude. They're really funny, man.
Okay.
They're cool and funny. I like them. What do you say, Toe? You like big fan of this?
Dude, great show. I think Amazon Prime did a animated series.
Yeah, they have an anime. I haven't seen. Have
Oh,
you seen that?
Boys.
I
No,
think
not
I've
yet.
seen. Isn't that like all over like memes and stuff they've been making out of it? It's like an older guy that looks like Jonah Jameson in a white.
I'm not sure.
Superhero
I don't know
suit?
anything. I don't know anything about the animated one.
Oh.
I've only seen the live action.
I think that's what it's from.
But I highly recommend this show.
all right.
It's,
Well, you
it's
know that.
brutal.
Speaking of which,
Mhm.
NECA's made some toys.
Oh,
on
that's
the
right.
Boys.
Yeah, yeah. Let's take a look at that.
So let's take a look. I haven't really checked them out too much. I think like one of them. I think they made of the Superman guy you were talking about.
Yeah, Homelander.
Homelander. They made him, and I think they made one of the girls.
Is it
something
out
else.
yet, or is it coming?
Oh no,
out?
no, they're out. Like Walmart's got them now. If you go run.
I'll just check it out on eBay.
Yeah, but and then I just saw an article, I guess, mentioning that the guy.
there's
See, there it
Homelander.
is.
Yeah, yeah. NECA always makes them
Yeah.
really nice. So,
Starlight. That's
so
it.
she's not a corrupt one. She's a good.
She's a good one?
Good
Okay.
guy. Damn, $13.99 is pretty cheap.
Yeah.
So these are what, like 6-inch figures, highly detailed, just like
Yeah,
the
your
Predator
standard,
figures,
like
standard
ultimate
NECA.
NECAs. Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think that might be the only two they've made so far. I'm not quite sure. Yeah. So look at the
Oh, yeah, these are
detail
cool.
on that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Very nice.
Looks like a good guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Watch the show, bro. He's like the scariest guy ever.
Well,
I feel like if
just
Superman was evil, that's what you got.
I saw like one article this morning that was like talking about the guy. I guess that's kind of like a Aquaman ripoff, and he was like saying
the deep.
yeah, like he was saying like how much hate mail and DMs he gets because that people are like screw you, man.
In
you
real life, you
fish
mean?
boy, yeah, like in real
or
life.
on the show.
No, in real life because like you get these guys that can't blur fiction from reality.
Oh,
and,
well, in the first season, he does something horrible to this Starlight girl. He like basically forces her to perform oral on her,
oh really?
on him. Excuse me.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a total douchebag.
Well, here's the thing. He's like, he said, I don't get offended by those messages because he says, I know I'm doing my job then if they hate me that much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. He's doing
So
the
he's
character
like,
justice.
he goes, I'm doing a good job then. So
I think
was
you're
like,
right.
all
So
that's positive.
all for the boys is just here's
Black
Black
Noir.
Noir.
Okay.
That's another cool figure.
Now is he bad guy too or no?
Yeah,
Okay, let's take a
yeah.
look.
It's like most of them are bad, right?
They're all bad.
They're all bad.
All
Yeah.
right, except Starlight.
Starlight yeah. I think she's like the
You just gotta watch.
There's like a Wonder Woman type girl
Yeah.
that is
that
like
her?
trying to do the right thing, but like Homelander's got her wrapped up. No, she's I can't think of her name. Black and white. This is cool. This guy kicks a lot of ass, man.
Oh, dude, that's a badass outfit.
Yeah, he's cool, man. You see one of the episodes, I think season 2, you see him go on like some kind of mission, and he comes in this room and just like slaughters people. It's brutal.
Well, Sean,
I think it's cool.
Now that we've seen these and I've told you about them, and you gonna
am I gonna get one?
Yeah, you think you're gonna get them?
Might get this Starlight figure, man. I'm a big fan of hers. I don't know. Like Homelander looks cool, but he's just so evil. Like I don't know if I want to buy him. I don't know. We'll see. They're not that expensive. They're like $35.
Yeah, dude,
they're in Walmart right now.
Yeah, you can go to Walmart and they have them.
I am gonna get some. You know what? Yeah.
I was hoping.
Let me think. Let me think about it for a second. Yes.
Wow, we didn't have to put the clock on that one. Yes.
The answer is yes.
That's correct. I will be getting the entire set.
Is this the first time they made the toys? This show's been around for a while.
Those NECA figures, I think the groups I'm in, the collector groups I'm in, have been heavily talking about them, I think, within just the last 6 months. So they just came out, I think.
Yeah. All right. Cool, man. Yeah,
nice.
so
right.
The Boys.
Well, that's
definitely check
quite
it out.
the show.
Let's talk about... I know you're a huge fan of Stranger Things.
Yes.
Season 4. You binged it, watched the whole
did.
thing? How long did it take you to binge it? One night?
No,
2 nights, right?
2 nights. Yeah, I did...
7 episodes, right?
Yeah, I did 5 episodes the first night, and then I finished it up the last 2.
Don't you feel like after you binge like 3 in a row, you're just not into it as much because it's like you're getting kind of numb to it. You're not paying attention as much, and
not really.
The effects don't hit you as hard. It's like I feel like you should break it up more, like 2, maybe 3 at the most at a time, and then take a break.
Maybe on certain shows. This one particular, this season, really was just like I was like, oh my god, what's next?
Captivated the whole time.
Like let's do another episode.
Like a good book, you couldn't put it down. A good show, you couldn't
absolutely.
stop watching.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Certain shows, I kind of got there. I'm like, all right, all right. There's like 4 episodes left. I'll wait till tomorrow. I'll do that, But like this season in particular, like I think in general consensus, if you ask anybody, and I know we've had these conversations, when season 3 ended, Transformers, Stranger Things, everybody was kind of on basically the same path of like, I think this is about it. This show's getting towards the point where it's like
I thought season 2 was loved season 1.
Yeah,
I thought season 2
was
was weak. I thought the little demi dogs or whatever were cheese.
Yeah?
And that was it. And then I thought season 3 got better. But I wasn't like I'm like whatever.
No,
what's next?
I'm not like completely hating on season 3. Like I have to go along with you. When 11 turned into like that punk group, that was kind of odd.
Mm-hmm.
It was all right, but I like when we got into the 3rd season, like you see the birth of the mall, because in the 80s the mall was so great, and then there was like kind of focusing around that and
any kind of retro throwback nostalgia visually for me.
No, absolutely.
And you two growing up in the 80s is always awesome to see.
Yeah, and I enjoyed that a lot, but I know like the mind flare. The mind flare. Yeah, I mean that was, it's like it wasn't as menacing in my opinion.
I was confused. I had to go read online about it. It was like because the mind flare is like a big smoky thing in the underworld, and then
that was in second season 2,
right? But in season 3,
you had like this like
physical form
mashup.
Well, that was his. Yeah. He there was like a piece of him left behind, and then he controlled all these rats to gather around him, and the rats exploded into like meat, and then morphed into like a physical.
And then like he kills certain people, and they like blend into him, which it was okay. Yeah. Like I enjoyed it. It was different, but it was like getting to that point where it's sort of like almost like, well, is this jumping the gun now? You like jumping the shark now,
or are they just like stretching it out to make as much money as they can, as much content, to really milk it for all it's worth.
Now, funny enough, because I was reading some stuff on
watering down the episodes, so to speak.
The Duffer Brothers did say, though, I guess they never expected to go past season 1 initially. They said they wrote it and they were like, all right, well, we kind of have an idea of where we want to go if it goes farther. And then when the show blew up, which they were like, oh my God, okay, well,
it blew up huge.
Yeah, and
the merchandising is everywhere.
Oh, absolutely. So like they were like, okay, and I think they had a plan at least to get to season 5, which right now they're still stating that once so this was volume part 1. We're getting part 2 July 1st, which is going to be episodes 8 and 9. Episode 8, I believe, is going to be another hour and a half, and then we get 2.5 hours for the finale.
Yeah, that's weird. Do you know why they're doing it like that?
I don't know.
Why they would give you 7 episodes and then wait a month and give you 2 more?
I mean, obviously, great. We're getting 4 hours at least there.
Yeah, but I just don't understand. I guess I didn't even like look into it.
I don't know if Netflix is just kind of like trying to draw it out.
Right, right. Well, I think season 4 came back hard. I really like it. And this new Vecna character is super intriguing. Like I finally have something from the Upside Down world that can talk.
Oh,
And to me, that
absolutely.
was really scary. And then the way he was killing it, when I saw his first kill, I was like, oh my
Those
god,
bodies all
brutal.
mangled up and the eyes go bursting out and stuff. And you're like,
Yeah,
oh
the
my
face
God.
reminded me of like The Ring. Like when you'd see someone after they got killed by
Yeah.
Samara, like their face was all twisted and weird.
And he's got like, and spoiler if you guys haven't seen it yet.
spoiler.
But he's got that Freddy Krueger-esque-ness to him.
Demeanor about him, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
the way he talks. And,
The way he talks, and then like especially
you're right. I didn't
when
think
the
about
kids
that.
are like hearing his voice with the clock.
Well, right, because it's almost like they're falling asleep, kind of like in Freddy
Exactly.
Krueger, like he attacks him in
Yeah.
the dream. Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of similarities.
He's got a lot
there.
to that, and then when you see him, like he's like, oh, do you did you not think I wasn't gonna see
right.
you? I know you have darkness in you.
Yeah, I
It's
wanted
like,
to know so much about him.
Yeah, and you sort of do by the end of the 7th episode.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
big
mean-
reveal. With
oh, yeah.
That's another thing I want to say. They do the Duffer Brothers do a great job of casting.
Yes.
So I wanted to give a shout out to the new guy that plays Eddie Joseph Quinn.
Oh yeah.
Right, great casting. That guy was like really awesome to watch.
And again, like the first few episodes, when you start seeing his character, you're like, oh, okay, but you don't factor him in to be a big part at all. He's just like sitting there helping.
No, but
Elle
even
out.
right away wasn't he too like intriguing? Like this guy's a cool actor. Like what's
Yeah,
he
it
all
was- it
about?
was
Like,
different.
it was a different. Yeah,
Yeah, it was
they
like-
do a good job casting. They don't just cast on looks.
No.
Like
And-
so many other people do. Like this guy looks like an Abercrombie model. Give him the lead. It's like
Yeah,
no,
right.
fuck that. Like make sure he's good and can
Oh, yeah. But
like
like
charisma and character.
I mean, like through the whole, like I know they're trying to like re-jog her mind to get her powers back, and like that whole scene of what happened with her. When you're watching, you're like, oh my God, she is so super powerful, and ended up going off and killing all those, all the other kids.
That was good storytelling. The way they did that, I was like,
Yeah.
I thought it was her too. I was like, oh my God, she
And then
did
you
that.
find out it's not. It was him.
And that's another good casting. They did Jamie Campbell, who is Peter, but I don't know if he does the voice for Vecna, but he's
Yes.
Peter turns into Vecna.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I thought that was a really great but that dude was really great acting when he was in
Oh, yeah.
the ward, and his like he kind of seemed good in the beginning,
Yeah.
and then you could see the change, like his eyes were slightly red,
Well, the
and he
minute-
really started to look
the
menacing.
minute
and-
she took that tracker out of his neck,
oh yeah,
that
dude.
was it.
Yeah.
So
he tricked her.
he was off. Yeah, he was off the leash then.
Right.
Yeah, and he was like playing on her emotions the whole time, and then oh my God, yeah, and then
Oh, he played her, dude.
yeah, but then he found out real quick she actually was the most powerful one in the room.
Yeah.
After she got sucked in, like she opened the portal to the Upside Down, as you can see in that in the
But didn't
7th
you?
episode.
Did you like his whole backstory when he was a little kid?
Oh,
and they moved
yeah.
into the house. Like that
yeah,
was really
because
awesome.
you didn't really know. You were like, well, where did he come from? Like, what is this? You
Right,
know?
right.
And then they're like, oh, you don't talk about one. And then you find out he is one. You know?
Right. Yeah.
And then the powers he has are unreal. And then then it all makes sense at the end why he sits in that attic in the Upside Down. And then why it's such a big thing with the clock. Every time before he gets his victims, like he's counting down the hours till that he's gonna grab you type thing in your mind.
Yeah, and that sound effect of the
Yeah,
clock, like
boom,
boom. Yeah, it's really
yeah.
creepy, man.
And
Yeah.
it make like at the beginning you're like, what is going on here? This doesn't
Right.
make any sense. And then you as it goes on, you're like, holy shit, this is really good, man. This is badass. Yeah, and I mean, just in general, like, and then he's got the weird like claw hand.
Yeah.
Like he just like sucks the life out.
Oh
of
yeah,
you.
that's what I'm saying. There's so many
Yeah.
things about this
Oh,
character
yeah.
that are really like you want to know more about him. Like, give me more.
But I love him to death. But it's like what I kind of I'm glad they loaded up with this new villain. But I think they kind of like as if they doing it with the Duffer Brothers. This is like one of the gripes I have about this new season. It's like, well, where's all the Demogorgons at? Where are the Demodogs? You don't see anybody. Like
they had
you see,
the bats.
Yeah, they had the new
demo
bats.
I guess.
I get yeah. I
Well,
guess
that's the thing. I think the
the
continuity of the creatures in the Upside Down world doesn't make a lot of sense.
No,
and if they're-
yeah.
and then they were spending a lot of time in the Upside Down world. Where was the mind
Yeah,
flare? Wouldn't
exactly.
that? And they're saying, "Oh, careful on the vines. It's all a hive mind."
Yes.
Okay, then
Okay.
wouldn't all these things be
Right?
like coming at him?
Well, see, now the mind flare doesn't bother me as much because you figure he's the main guy running, the main villain running the Upside Down. So he technically could be like wherever in his lair, sort of to a bit. But it's like, yeah, they spent a lot of time in the Upside Down, and it's like there's no Demogorgons coming out of the woods.
Yeah, one
There's, like-
Demogorgon could run out of the woods and take them all out.
yeah, like
right?
no, there's no demi-dogs hanging out. Like what's going? Like where do they all go? I mean, what? Russians stole the only Demogorgon left, and he's sitting in the cage, in Russia. Like, I don't quite understand like what happened with that.
Plot holes, or not plot holes, but like
like
it doesn't
continuity
make any sense.
purposes. Like it's just like it kind of
for this,
peters off.
Well, it's kind of like lazy storytelling, right? Like, well, they can just run around in the upside down world, no problem. Because well, what about the Demogorgon? Well, just don't mention that.
Yeah, and I'm like sitting there waiting for like one of them to come out of the woods, when they're riding the bikes down the street, and like nothing
Really,
happens.
like the only thing that came at them was the bats, which they could fend off with the boat oars.
Exactly. Yeah.
And did they dive with the boat oars way down? And wouldn't it be hard to swim down in the water with a boat oar in your hand to make it through the portal? How do they bring those boat oars? Just thinking.
No. I think they had the boat oars in the upside down from that boat that was in the.
Oh, is that what it was? Oh,
yeah. They got it from there. They didn't take them with them.
No, but it's.
There's some things like I'm not hating on the season completely. There's just a few things I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on? And then what I don't like we were talking about earlier, like some of the characters got downsized horribly. Like they have it's like they're totally in the background now. Like Will's brother, his older brother, Jonathan. Yeah. Like he does nothing anymore. He's just like hanging out with his stoner buddy, and that's all they do. Like there's nothing else to it. You know what I mean?
I think that stoner bunny is like for comic relief, and he's so lame. Like I don't think anything he says is not funny. It's like it's so cliche stoner. Yeah. It's like chill, dude.
Like I love Murray. Murray's awesome still, and we were getting a lot with him and and Will's mom.
That guy's good. Brett, you ever seen the other guys with Mark Wahlberg?
Oh yeah, years
he's
ago.
In that.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, remember when Will Ferrell goes to see his ex? It's like his ex-girlfriend, and they want to get some info from her. Okay. So they go to her house, and that's Brett Gelman, the guy that plays Murray, plays her like current husband. And they get there.
No way.
Yeah, and they need her old phone for like information on it, and like she's still in love with Will Ferrell, but then this guy that plays Murray on Stranger Things, he's like. He's super nice to her, and like he leaves the room and he comes back with some like Arnold Palmer's. He's like, "Be-you, who wants Marnie Palmer's?" And he's like super happy, and she's like, "Oh, I did things with you that I never do with him," and he's like, "You're a lucky dog." I don't know. It's just like. I never saw him before acting, and I thought that whole scene was really funny. That's where I know him from, the other guys. And then he does a really good job in the Stranger Things.
I gotta watch that movie again, man.
Dude, just watch that scene. Because if you like this guy, you'll love that scene and the other guys. It's a whole scene that's so funny.
All right. Yeah.
Anyways,
I'm glad we get a lot more of him. I understand. There's a lot of characters in this show.
A lot of characters.
So there's only so much time you can spend with each one of them. So I kind of get it. I get it to a point where like, hey, listen, not everybody's gonna get a lot of screen time or a lot of what's happening. So I am glad to see that everybody gets incorporated to a point.
Well, if you give too many of them too much screen time, it kind of becomes like watered down, like Pirates of the Caribbean. There's so much cast, like they would spend so much time on so many different characters. It loses the effect of like the main one. So you almost get like spread too thin.
Yeah.
But yeah, even like Will Byers, right? He just kind of was like
nothing anymore. Like he was the big focal point in the first season where he got sucked in the upside down, and now he's just like.
And then he got possessed in the next season, and on this season he's kind of like he can almost not be there, and it wouldn't matter.
Exactly. Right? He's like 11's like hang around buddy that just doesn't do nothing. Right. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, and even like Mike's just kind of like, he's going to visit his girlfriend now out in California, and they're kind of going through that storyline, which, everybody wants to punch that,
who's that?
Yeah, pretty two shoes girl that picks on 11.
Oh, dude, that was like that. I felt like that was so over the top. The whole bullying thing. It's like I've never seen bullying that crazy. I mean, I know people get bullied like crazy, but it was just so cliche.
It's such a big part of the storyline, which I kind of was like, okay.
Oh, and then 11 like smacked her in the face.
That
with
was great.
That was great.
Yes.
And then she never showed back up. Well, I guess there's two more.
Well, because
episodes.
she's like going to jail.
I didn't mean to say that like bullying never. I know bullying is like I got bullied when I was a little kid.
Well, yeah,
it's
we all
brutal,
did.
But it just seemed so like. It just seemed fake. It seemed written. You know what I mean? The way the bullying happened in the show.
Yeah.
It was just like not believable to me.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I thought this as the season went on, it got better and better and better. And then the last couple episodes with the flashbacks with 11 in the lab. And then revealing the Vecna origin was.
Yes.
I was really happy with that. A lot of times you'll get pumped about a creature or something. And
it's like really weak at the end, like the selling
the
point of it.
The backstory. I'm saying like it's like they come up with this really cool idea for a creature or whatever it is, and it's all style over substance, and then they finally deliver the substance or the backstory, and it's very like underwhelming. You know what I mean?
I get you. But no, he was perfect. And like I called it like a quarter of the way into the 7th episode. I was like, oh my God, I bet he's Vecna.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did. And sure enough,
you're like, Mom, I bet that's Vecna.
Yeah, I was like, Mom. I was like, I swear to God, that's probably number 1. He's Vecna.
Oh my God, honey, you were right.
And sure enough, at the end, they
Pass
show
the
you on
Shasta.
the arm. Yeah. 001 on his arm.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
oh, nice.
But you knew it was him before you saw that. Well, obviously you called it way before.
Oh
that.
yeah. I was like, oh, no. But it was like, even I called it. I was like, oh, this is perfect. Good job, Duffer Brothers. You know.
Yes.
And I mean, and then like the whole Russian story scene with David Harbour has been finally. It's kind of a cool concept. You know, you're like, come on, you can get out of here, man. We can get you out of here. You know, let's get you back home, type thing.
I really like that actor, David Harbour. Oh yeah, Jim
he's
Hopper,
great.
David Harbour.
No,
he was in that Hellboy reboot, but it didn't do very well.
You know, I never saw that movie.
It wasn't that great. I
heard
wanted
it
it to
horrible.
be great. It wasn't horrible.
Nah.
It just wasn't like I don't know.
It's a shame because he looked great as Hellboy.
Guillermo del Toro's were just so much.
Oh yeah,
I mean, that guy.
Yeah,
that's an amazing writer director.
Awesome.
You thought he looked horrible as Hellboy?
No, I thought he looked great.
Oh, he looked great as Hellboy.
Yeah, the movie
looked
just
cool.
like a lot of crap to it.
It wasn't terrible. It just wasn't. I mean, I don't know. Like, if you're
Nothing
gonna
blew
reboot
you
a
away.
movie, like, and it's nowhere near as good as the other ones.
Yeah.
You know, it's like almost like they were trying to be too different for the sake of being different or something. I don't know. Just
All right.
obviously, but I mean, it did really horrible.
Anything they put him in, he's really good. Like I loved him as Red Guardian and Black Widow. He was fantastic.
Yeah,
man.
you do a good impression of him.
Do I?
Yeah.
Well,
Come on,
thank
let me
you.
hear it again. Let me say something.
What, like Russian style?
Captain America.
Yeah. Did he talk about me? Did he? Yeah. Oh, we had such good times, me and him. You know, battling out in the Siberian, winter.
That's good, bro.
Yeah, thank you. No, he was great though.
Man.
He was such comic relief in that movie. But hey, all I had to say though, and like the reemergence of Matthew Modine in this season, just when you thought like he was completely gone and he's back now, you're like, whoa, okay,
Whoa, bro, he's back.
he's back. Matthew Modine is back for season 4. But I was glad to see him.
And you got Paul Reiser back.
Oh, yeah, I know, yeah.
Classic Aliens actor doing some pretty
Great,
good sci-fi
right?
stuff. Good.
and he's still a scumbag in this one too, just like in Aliens. You know,
Not like an alien. He was a super.
Oh,
he was the
he was.
biggest scumbag. He was the biggest epitome of a corporate scumbag you
big
ever
time.
have.
Yeah.
I'm so glad. I wish you would have seen him die like in a more brutal way. Like, they left it all the imagination because
they did,
but
he got his karma just doing Aliens.
Oh, I
man.
think isn't there like a bonus feature on one of those Aliens things where you see him like glued to the wall and all the alien ectoplasm, like he's about
Was
to get the
there?
face hugger? I would think so, man.
Oh, that would have been cool.
I don't know. I'll see if I can figure that out. I want to say because I had like my mom for Christmas one year bought me an Aliens like box set that had all and had like the bonus big ones with all the special features and all that.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, it's just
the old Kenner line.
no, I'm talking about the DVDs.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
The movies,
Yeah.
So like it had all the like bonus scenes or director's cut, blah blah blah.
Oh, nice. All right.
Yeah, man, just a franchise that can't seem to get back on track.
Oh God. Yeah, I've heard. Speaking of which, I mean, I know we're kind of going off the side here, but did you see that new trailer for Predator?
Yeah, I think it looks cool. You know,
Really?
it looks cool.
I don't know.
It's a totally different like.
Oh no, I get it.
Type
like,
of story,
yeah,
right?
It's like it's way back in the past.
Yeah. I think they probably did that because the last Predator movies that they've been trying to do just are not making money. So they probably only allowed that looks like a movie that is not going to be a big budget movie. It looks like it's probably in the woods and the jungle a lot.
Sure,
so that
yeah.
you don't have all these big sci-fi buildings, spaceships, whatever, what have you. So if it's just the Predator and some old like warriors, back in the day, it's probably a smaller budget. So it's the only thing they're taking a chance with now to see if they get any.
I am kind of bummed though. It's only on Hulu. I would have thought they would at least try to do like a.
Oh, that's right. It's not a
mass
theatrical.
release.
It's not a
theatrical release on it. I don't know.
When does that come out?
Ooh, I don't know. It's
I
a good
mean,
question.
I'm psyched. I'm such a huge fan of Predator. Of course, I'm psyched to see it, but I know what you mean. It seems odd that like that's the choice they went for.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
I'm
Could be cool, though.
and I'm a big Pred fan too. But it's like after that last movie that was just garbage.
Last one was so terrible.
I'm like, I just got like such a
Didn't
horrible taste in my mouth.
Didn't you walk out of that movie?
No, I didn't walk out of it. But I mean, when I watched the whole thing, I stayed for it. But when I actually got to the movie theater, I was like, what the hell did I just watch?
You're just like rolling your eyes all the
yeah,
time.
I'm like, what the hell is this? Like,
no, it was so. You know what they were trying to like rekindle that camaraderie and that cool conversations that the Marines had in Aliens with this new group of guys.
yeah, but those were like bad. But that was a badass group of Marines. These are like mental patients.
I know, but I'm saying
it
still seemed like they're trying to go for that real.
Well, they did,
like,
but like a lot of it just didn't make any sense.
Yeah, but when you
some of
watch
it.
Aliens and you see the guys talking when they're waking from the hypersleep and they're having their meal and they're getting ready, like you just believe that they're you don't see them as actors. You
Oh,
see them as like
no.
Marines that have
Oh,
been
yeah,
talking and working
absolutely.
together for years. And I think that's
Al
what they.
Pone and all those guys. It was great.
That's what they were trying to do with these new group of guys, and it just seemed all like written dialogue. Like it did.
Oh,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? You just saw them as actors. I'm like, this is bullshit. I'm not buying that you guys are.
Like the best way I can describe it, when I walked out of the movie theater, I was like, it's like they took all these like little small concepts and they like just like stitched them all together and like, oh, here we go, here's a movie. Like
It just sucked.
yeah,
Everything sucked.
well, yeah, everything sucked. Like you got finally we got some other creatures from like the Predator world, like those 2 dogs, those Predator dogs. I was like, yes, but then like one of them got like shot in the head and just
then
kind of roamed around the.
And then it became like a friendly.
Yeah.
I was like, didn't make any sense. right?
No, he's like, "Rrr," it's like ready to attack, rip people apart. He got shot in the head once, and he's like, "Rrr," and
When are
just
we
kinda
gonna
walks
see? Well, take a
around.
movie and go to the Predator homeworld. I want to see what the fuck that looks like.
Yeah.
Or like, why
Thank
don't you have
you.
a Predator team up with a human and then they cruise around like bounty
Right?
hunters for a while or something? Like, think
Yeah.
outside the box, man. Like, what are
Exactly.
you doing?
Like, dude, Robert Rodriguez's movie was badass. I enjoyed the hell out
I
of
like that
movie.
one.
That was
Oh,
good.
Predators
Yeah,
with
Predators.
Adrian Brody.
Yes, that was awesome.
I wasn't. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
I'm not as digging as much as you did, but I thought it was interesting. It really bummed me out when the smaller Predator, they cut him down from he was like strung up or something.
Oh yeah.
And then finally the
yeah.
other Predator showed up and just like cut his head off real quick. Like I wanted that guy to
to
win. Like,
yeah,
he was
I
like
got you.
tortured and like getting messed with the other. I don't know, whatever.
All right, we're getting off on the
Yeah, we're getting way
tangent
off on
here.
the Predator. I don't
Anyway,
really.
Getting back to Stranger Things, but one character I'm glad we saw a little decent bit of was Mike's mom, Carla Buono.
Oof.
Oh
It's
yeah,
a good one.
Yeah, dude, she really came into her own on season 3 there when she was
Oh, at
seducing.
the pool?
Yeah, at
Yeah.
the pool, seducing all the what was it, Billy, right?
That was
Yeah,
a really
Billy
good casting
Hargrove.
too. That dude that plays Billy.
Yeah,
What's his name? Docre Montgomery.
I like him. He was good.
I think he's a really good actor. Yeah.
You know, I know that Power Rangers movie got a lot of crap, but I thought he did a good job as the Red Ranger in that movie too.
He was a Red Ranger. in
Yeah,
that?
he was.
The one that came out in the theaters a few years ago.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was a Red Ranger.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I
He
liked
did
him.
good,
There,
huh?
there she is, Cara Buono.
Oh yeah, she
Oh,
is.
yeah.
Yeah, she's
Mike's
she's
mom.
beautiful. Mike's mom.
Mike's
Mom
mom's
has
got it going on.
Exactly, bro. Yeah, so I don't know.
Anyway.
Stranger Things season 4. I
Yeah.
can't wait to see the next 2 episodes.
Absolutely. I
man.
can't wait to see how it goes. And then, season 5, man, it's supposed to be the end, but who knows? Maybe the cast signs on for more. Maybe not. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I think I read that too. That they were gonna end with season 5.
Yeah. But we'll see what happens. Oh, there she is.
Yeah.
I can't think of any other like roles that I've seen her in.
I don't know. I just saw a bunch of stuff, but
I don't know. She looks great. But anyway, and then like I was saying, we had there was a lot of merchandise when this show first came out. This time around, we don't really have a lot. I mean, they have like some books and like they have those lounge fly bags. That's
I was
pretty
at
popular.
downtown Sanford the other day, and they have this
Okay.
like used bookstore.
All right,
And I
yeah,
found
yeah.
this cool shirt, and I was like, "Oh, Lisa, this would be a cool shirt." And it was like a green mustard yellow with a collar, and the sleeves had the mustard yellow trim.
Okay.
And I was like, "Lisa, I thought this was a cool shirt first, so I just bought it." And I didn't even realize at
Was
the
it
time.
the Dustin one?
Yeah, yeah, it was
Yeah,
the
from season 3.
Camp Nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right when you said that, I was like, oh, I wonder if that's it. Yeah. No, they had some really good merch for season 3 too, man. But like,
Yeah, but there's still tons of stuff in Target, right? Isn't there? There's
Well,
toys. You
well,
go through the toys.
not as much as there used to be. Like Target has these exclusive ones where it's like these like little like cartoony looking.
Yeah, I've seen those. Those
figures.
are weird. I don't really
Yeah,
like those.
I don't like them either. And like they have like it's almost like the Kenner Ghostbuster figures where they got like the mouths like open up like when the
Oh
head
yeah.
gets up.
Those are cheesy.
Yeah, and it's like there's a Build-A-Figure of a Demogorgon.
But
If
there's
you get all
there's-
of them.
There's been NECA figures for sure, right? Of Stranger
No,
Things.
McFarlane
Oh,
did 'em.
McFarlane did those.
But we didn't get any McFarlane this time, but because Bandai now has
You got the rights.
has the rights to it. So Bandai didn't even really make a ton. Actually, those weird ones we were just talking about, those are Bandai's too, but those are Target exclusives. But they only made like
I've never
11.
been into the toys. Like I don't care about them.
Well, I had all the McFarlane ones because I really liked them a lot, and then on top of it, dude, I was killing it because Ross had them for like $5 a piece.
Mm-hmm.
I sold them off at shows through the years, but I like those a lot. They're very detailed, and but it was weird too. It was like
There
they
were
must have
6-inch figures that you were
Yeah.
getting at Ross for $5.
$5, bro.
Dude,
And-
Ross King.
Dude, killing it, man. But what bummed me out was like when season 3 came out, like McFarlane must have had like their contract ending with Stranger Things because they only made 2 figures for that season. It was only David Harbour and as Hopper and like that like Magnum PI outfit he was wearing. You
yeah,
know?
yeah, that Hawaiian shirt he about to go on the date, and
Yeah,
then she
exactly.
didn't. Then she stiffed him or like didn't show up. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. And then they had 11 in her like one of her new outfits, and that was it. They only had those 2 figures.
Isn't there an 11 action figure with she's got the Lego or the Eggo waffles as one of her accessories?
That was the first when she was
season 1.
Yeah, season 1, the younger girl when that came with a lot of stuff. That first wave of McFarlane's came with a lot of accessories and everything, but yeah, it got less and less as it went on, and like now like Bandai has the license to it, and they only made a couple figures, like really detailed ones, like there it is.
You can still get it for pretty cheap. Oh,
Yeah.
the card is really banged up on that one.
Yeah, they run around.
If
like,
I was going to get anyone, I would
$30.
get this one where she's running around with the Eggo waffles.
Yeah.
Or that's one of her accessories.
Mm-hmm. Like, and even that, like, a lot of stores got in on it too. Like, GameStop had an exclusive Barb figure, stuff
Barb,
like that.
Barb that got killed by the Demogorgon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, like this time Bandai only has like an 11 in her like suspenders and that weird top from season 3, and then they have David Harbour as his Russian prisoner look, and then they have Demogorgon, and that's it.
Yeah, but there's still a lot. If you go to Target, like there's a lot of clothes like that are Stranger Things, like T-shirts and hats and shit like that.
Is there a lot this time? It
know.
didn't seem to me.
I feel like
too
it
much
hasn't
this
really ever
time.
gone away. I feel like it's always kind of been in the stores.
I guess in
No?
a way, not so
I'll pay
much.
attention next time at
but-
Target. Anyways,
Anyway.
but yeah, Stranger Things, bro.
Yeah,
Digging
man, it was a great season. I can't wait to finish it up July 1st and then see season 5.
So my boy AC, the
yes,
Star Wars fanatic, the man with all the Star Wars knowledge, the guy that you say Star Wars and he starts smiling.
yes. Oh man, Obi-Wan Kenobi. I've been waiting for this series for months now, and we finally got it 2 weeks ago.
I talked about the first show
Yes.
with Brian.
Oh,
but
did you?
We
Okay.
haven't, but that episode will air tomorrow, so you haven't heard it yet.
Okay,
So
just episode 1, you guys.
that's all
went
we,
over?
yeah, because we hadn't seen the next two, but I've
Okay.
watched the next 2 now.
Yeah.
So let me get your thoughts real quick on episode 1.
All right. So episode 1, absolutely love. I love how everybody thinks that he's still this great Jedi general. But you're seeing that he's like a shell of his former self. You
Right.
know what I mean? And he's just, he's lost everything. He's in hiding. He's watching over Luke, but it's just he's not what he used to be, and you're like you feel for him,
Right.
big time, And he's got this like little job like meat cutting, and kind of
Right,
down and out, but but what I love is like the Inquisitors. I know there's been a lot of controversy around the Inquisitors with like the Grand Inquisitor, his look to him, and like there was some discrepancies.
Yeah, because you
about-
said he had like some kind of narrow head or something.
yeah, he's
and
got
it
more
doesn't-
of a narrow, like almost like cone head type.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he has a cone head. It just
No,
looks like he has a
but,
bigger head.
I mean, well,
it's supposed to be a cone head.
well, not so much a cone head. I guess that's a terrible. I guess
There he is, right there. If
yeah.
anything, his head looks like it goes out wider as it comes up. Like he has a bigger
well, I guess
skull.
because of the prosthetics and everything. Like, if you look,
I thought that was a really cool character.
Oh no, it is. It's extremely. He's a former Jedi Temple. All the Inquisitors are former
Jedis.
Jedis.
They have they use the
that
Force
turned-
powers.
that turned to the dark side because in one way or another they've seen they saw aspects of the Jedi that they were like, oh my God, they are a bit the Jedi were looked at as like these ultimate godly characters that had no flaws to them. But as you went along, you saw they had plenty of flaws,
Yeah,
just
they're
like
all
anybody
human.
else.
Yeah,
Yeah,
at the end of the
absolutely.
day.
So, but see, in Clone Wars, little backstory going into Clone Wars, the Grand Inquisitor was there for Ahsoka Tano's a trial when they thought that she had set off the bomb in the Jedi Temple. But you find there was a couple of murders that happened, but you end up finding out it was Barriss Orphy, the Jedi Padawan from Luminara and Dooley's character.
Yeah.
So you're like,
Does this have anything to do with
yeah.
the new show?
Yeah. But anyway, I'm just getting on the Grand Inquisitor I was talking about.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
his backstory a little bit.
Because you'll start, so much Star Wars shit. You'll start
know.
talking about something, all of a sudden you'll be like 5 years late. You're like, yeah, and that guy's cousin really pissed off this other guy. So because of that, like, I'm like, what are you talking
Anyway,
about?
he was a Jedi Temple, but that's how he became like more towards the dark side because he
Right,
saw
right.
that the Jedi, the Jedi they chastised Ahsoka without really finding out that going.
Which is interesting
deep
about that.
into
There's a novel written in 1994 that has nothing to do with the movies, but in chapter 7, it's like,
Yeah,
bro,
thank you, Sean, for exposing me as super nerdy.
No, I
towards Star
love the
Wars.
knowledge. I just like, whoa, how deep does it go?
But anyway, so I mean, you're getting to see you see the third sister, which is the Reva character, and she's like kind of like she was like the dominant one that she wants to she even goes off the rails versus the Grand Inquisitor or the fifth brother.
Yeah.
And I liked how you're seeing that storyline live action versus when we saw it in Rebels where the Inquisitors are chasing after the Jedi and hunting them down.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of established all that, and that looked fantastic. And then we get introduced to little Leia, who that actress they casted, she's got a big future ahead of her, in my opinion.
Really?
I really do think so. She's fantastic, I thought.
Think she's doing a good job?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I don't know.
I really enjoy, like the little back talk and banter with her and everything. And he's like, well, how old are you? And, well, we get that in the second episode.
She said she was 10.
Yeah. Well,
There's no way she's 10. She looks like 6.
I know. She does look like she's 6, but, I mean, I was like.
I thought that was odd.
But anyway, yeah.
She was in that We Can Be Heroes movie, that Robert Rodriguez movie, that like cheesy We Can Be Heroes, and it's like all the heroes get captured and then their kids have to go save their parents. It was like one of those Spy Kids type movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like super cheese. Anyway, she was in that. I think like her act. It's like it's hard to say like she's a little kid, so I want to be like, she's not that great. But like I feel like her acting is like. Blah,
I like her. I like her a lot. I think she's great. Like the banter and everything she does.
Yeah, the banter there.
The banter there. But Owen,
Inquisitor Reva. That's what you were just talking about, right?
Yeah, Moses Ingram. And there, Vivian Lyra Blair.
Plays. Sung Kang is the 5th brother. He's the that's the guy from Fast and Furious, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Han.
And then
Han.
Your boy.
He's the Asian one.
Thank you, Brian.
Thanks, Brian.
Your peeps, man. I had no idea that was him. Oh wow!
Well,
that
is
really
a lot
cool.
of. He's got a lot of prosthetics and makeup.
Oh
on.
no!
But he looked familiar though.
Dude, he does a badass job as the 5th brother. I enjoy him a lot.
He's a good actor.
Yeah. Well, I guess we might as well jump into episode 2 because, like, look at Kumail Nanjiani, man. He was great in there. I loved it. Like he's playing this like fake Jedi, like he's trying to steal money out of people. But he does help Obi-Wan later on, which I love the chase through the city. I thought that was really badass.
I thought when Inquisitor Reva was trying to catch up to him, and all those action shots were her like jumping from roof to roof and sliding
over from like
I thought that was really cool, man.
Rooftop,
I like that action sequence and I like the way it was shot. But then it was weird to me because she was moving so fast, and then Obi-Wan like had to use he got his force back to stop Leia from hitting the ground, and then he went down on the ground, and they were like talking forever, and I was like, wouldn't Reva have caught up by now? Like how fast she was moving?
Maybe. Yeah,
Anyways,
I mean, there's a lot going on, but I mean, I love how you get to see all these different bounty hunters, like that Velociraptor looking one.
Yeah, that was a cool character.
Yeah, and the whole time I thought the one robot that was shooting at was Forlom, which is one of the original bounty hunters in Empire Strikes Back. It wasn't him. It's a form of him, like that. I guess another version of that.
Interesting.
Yeah, of that particular droid.
Mm-hmm.
But so it wasn't him, but I was kind of bummed. I was like, oh man, we finally get to see like Forlom in action, But
yeah,
and then backing up a little bit to the episode 1, I love the little Jawa Atika. He's awesome. He's like, oh, I can smell you from here. You need some soap, and he's like stealing parts from his moisture evaporator, and he's like, well, at least clean them. And he's like, oh, that's extra. He's like the little like comic relief, a bit.
Where do you think this stacks up as if you compare it to like Mandalorian? Are you liking it as much as the Mandalorian?
I want to see where we're going in the next 3 episodes. Like I'm enjoying it
so
far.
So far, it sounds like you're saying no. Like
I don't think it matches to Mando. I don't think it's the best show yet, but I definitely am enjoying it a lot, and I like the nuances, like especially like little things that they've put in there. Like the girl that he approaches to ask the girl that gives him the spice drug.
Yeah.
That's his real daughter in real life.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Ewan McGregor's real. That's his. Oh,
yeah. And I kind
cool.
of like the banter where she's like, "Oh, I had a father once. We've all had fathers, And he's like, "Oh, I'm looking for my daughter."
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of a little bit cool thing.
I like Flea in there. That was cool.
Dude, when I saw him hanging out by the tree before they kidnapped Leia, I was like, dude, Flea?
Dude, you got to tell me, though, that scene when they were trying to kidnap Leia was so cheese. Well, it reminded me of like the Power Ranger speed biker chase. was like
so
lame.
The first time I watched the episode, I didn't feel that way, but I did rewatch it last night again, this episode 2. And yeah, I was kind of like, oh, come on, they didn't catch up to her yet. Like, one of them could have grabbed her
They
by
were like
now.
full adults chasing around this. I don't know, just 10-year-old. Like it was more like a 6-year-old kid. And it was like,
yeah, I agree.
Like Jared was saying, they should have had like the old school Benny Hill music playing when they're doing it. Yeah, it was like bonk. Like they'd hit each other's heads and fall down. You'd see birds going around their head as she like got away further, and then they're like, "Let's get her." It was like
I agree.
Or like Home Alone. She might as well have like ran under a tree and then like a paint bucket come like slamming down the guy's face and be like,
"Hey idiots, I'm over here."
Right.
I'm gonna ratchet, get that kid, ratchet.
We got him now. We got her now.
Oh my God, dude. The wet bandits, dude.
The wet bandit. Maybe they were. Maybe Deborah Chow was going for that.
And
with
the
one
one chick looked like she was like a watermelon head. It was like the.
Oh no, that's like that one. That one race. There was a couple
watermelon head race.
No, it's not a watermelon head. There's like a fish creature type.
Yeah.
But anyway, one of the scenes that got talked about a lot, and it was like minuscule. But it was a big part was when he sees the 501st Trooper begging for money. In the outfit.
Wasn't that the guy that plays Bo?
Yeah, it's Tamara Morrison.
Because they're cloned, right?
Yeah,
so there's tons of those guys.
Absolutely, yeah.
That was interesting.
So that was like really amazing because it means so much, especially if you watch the Clone Wars series. Because first off, they get replaced at some point with the stormtroopers, and that happens like right away. Like you see that scene, and then immediately you see the new stormtroopers walk by, like the old guard, the new guard. And then of course at the beginning of the first episode, you see where the 501st, they're attacking all the Jedi, and that was Anakin. That was his army that he controlled. So to see that was like really unreal.
Transitioning from the 501st to the stormtroopers.
Exactly, and like he was down and out, like they threw him away like trash now. You know, and the like the emotion that you saw with Obi-Wan when he saw him, he was like, oh my God, but thinking like, well, did they recognize me, or not? And, I mean, there were so many of those clones. I mean, he might have known of General Obi-Wan, but, you know what I mean? And you feel for one thing about the Clone Wars series is that you get to really feel a lot for the clones because you see the loyalty they have, and you find out like when they do Order 66, it's not their fault because they have those chips implanted in their head. So it's like that scene is so emotional. It's like, oh man, it wasn't his fault. Now he's like nothing. He's sitting there, and it's like
they just took advantage of him,
exactly
of all those clones. Yeah.
So that was a real emotional, cool scene. I liked out of that, but I kind of like too, like they used like he was like in a drug den, to go rescue Leia, with the spices and stuff. It's like okay, it wasn't like like all pixie dust, and everything because now kind of Disney. Well, Disney owns it, so we can't really show that, But it was cool to see that they went that route. It's like a seedy underworld, I
thought it was weird how he was just walking around, even when he rescued her. Like he didn't keep his hood on all the time, and it's like everyone's looking for you.
Well, true.
And then they totally ripped off John Wick and like sent out the bounty for him, and like all these bounty hunters were getting like the just like in the John Wick movie when everyone gets the alert like go get John Wick now. And it was like, and then I think he didn't even put it on. Did he finally put his hood on or something?
Yeah, from time to time he did.
Then he took Leia and bought her that little jacket and was like, oh, well, let's put this jacket on you so no one recognizes you. And he just didn't put the hood on her. She's the only little kid walking around. Like
true, but that was kind of like an ode to the outfit in Return of the Jedi when she's on Endor.
Okay, but if you were really worried about people spotting you, would you put your hood on?
Yeah, I would agree. But...
And then, like, what about later? I don't even remember if it was in season or episode 2 or 3 when they get on when they finally escape, right?
Yeah.
And they get to that other planet and they land and then they flag down the guy and they get in the back.
Yeah.
And then the stormtroopers get on. They're like, we're looking for a Jedi, and it's like, why don't you have a picture of him? Like you sitting. Don't you think they would all have like pictures? I mean, this is a future sci-fi.
So.
Like if they were sending out pictures of them in the streets when
the bounty hunters had those wrist comms on, like the stormtroopers.
Why wouldn't the stormtroopers wouldn't have that? It's a future. Like we're like not that sophisticated yet, and everyone has a phone with you can get pictures on it. You know what I mean?
I get it. I get what you're talking about.
Like wouldn't there be cameras in it everywhere? Like cops now have body cams. Like there wouldn't be stormtrooper cams on all.
They're on like an off mining planet, which you see the stormtroopers kind of beat up anyway. I don't know how much gear they've got out there, but I did enjoy in episode 3 where like when he shoots that one stormtrooper on the tower and he goes and he falls onto the laser gate and splits himself in half.
That was like that was really cool. Yeah,
I was like, holy shit, they showed that. Wow,
I do remember that scene.
That was cool.
It had that laser fence kind of thing.
He just was like, he's like, and he like cuts him right in half. I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
great.
that was a cool shot.
That was a cool
That was
shot.
really cool. But then like Obi-Wan almost couldn't figure out how to turn it off, and I felt like saying like just walk around it. Like it was like 20 feet wide. He could have just like walked around either side.
Well,
and he was like beep beep beep. Like,
Oh, that's
trying to
true because
figure
they
it out.
didn't take the vehicle.
That's what I'm
with
saying.
them.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, I
don't
guess so.
know.
But I mean, those are just small things. But as in general,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I've
I like to
enjoyed it.
nitpick stupid
But
shit
dude,
like that.
the Darth Vader scenes, man, when he what I love
Yeah,
too,
let's
like
talk about
just
that.
to back up in episode 2, when Reva reveals that Anakin Skywalker's still alive, like he's like, oh my god, and then like when he realizes it kind of like turned the Force on, where then you see at the end when he's in the bacta tank. He feels Obi-Wan back with the Force again.
Right,
you know?
right.
So
Or he
then-
feels Darth Vader. Like he could tell something was wrong.
Both of them feel each other again
Sure,
because
yeah.
now, he kind of shut himself off from the Force for 10 years. Now that he realizes that he's alive, and he's like, it's kind of woken him up.
That's another thing I liked. It's interesting how he hadn't used the Force in so long. So when he was getting those first couple fights, he had to just like use like good
fist.
old fashioned fist fights,
Exactly.
right? And it was brutal.
Yeah,
Because I remember thinking like, why isn't he like just throwing these guys against the wall? Because he just, I guess if you don't use the Force for a while, you don't have
Exactly.
that skill. You got to develop it again.
Yeah, you
right?
have to get it back into it again.
Right, and he's probably pushing it away so hard because he doesn't want to get found, right?
Absolutely.
So yeah, let's talk about. I mean, that was what I was most looking forward to. I guess seeing Darth Vader.
Yeah,
Coming. I'm a
and,
much bigger Darth Vader fan than I am Obi-Wan.
And Vader, I loved it how menacing he was, and he's like, he goes, all these years it's made you weak, And
But what about when he first showed up and he was like brutal to the townspeople? He just walking by, like like forced that guy out of the window, and he was like choking him. Then his little son
came out and he snapped his neck
yeah,
right
he's
there.
killed him.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that. For Disney, I was like, all right, Disney.
Yeah, and then like the other one's coming out, and he was like dragging that one woman,
Yeah,
she's like,
just
oh
brutal.
my God, and he's like snaps.
But that's how he
her.
should be.
Yeah, exactly. He should be. He's the most menacing, vile, evil person in the universe. With the dark
he's
side.
very like cutthroat. Doesn't like even when what's her name Reva was talking about how the other Inquisitor, she blamed it on Obi-Wan that he got killed, right?
Yeah,
and he was like, that doesn't matter now. Like,
yeah, he goes, I don't care about that. He could care less. It was the Grand Inquisitor,
right.
He goes, he says, did you catch him? He just doesn't care. But, and I love how in what was it when we get to the scene where they're starting to battle, and then he like starts that fire, and he takes Obi-Wan, drags him through it. He's like,
that was cool.
This is just the beginning of your pain, And
Right,
I was like, oh my God. I was like, okay.
Yeah, like he was doing to him what he felt like was Obi-Wan's fault when he was in the lava pits, right? Yeah, that was cool. I thought it was odd how he escaped after that though, because like he made the fires go down, and then what's her name shot the laser and set the fire ablaze
blew
again.
it up.
And then like the robot carried him away.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like the fire wasn't that big. Like why didn't Darth Vader just walk around it or go grab it or like use the Force and drag him through it again? Like it's almost like he just let him go.
Yeah. Well, and also too, it's like I kind of don't mind that because you kind of see like maybe he still had like it's always said like he's still got good in him.
Darth Vader?
Yeah.
Not in that moment.
Well, not at that moment, no. But I'm saying like in certain parts, like I think it's to the point where maybe maybe in a way he's like trying to he doesn't mind playing with them too,
like toying with him, so he let him get away,
yeah,
so he can
like,
catch up with him again.
Like I mean, clearly, like I mean, obviously Obi-Wan's powerful. I mean, he's not at that moment, because he hasn't had the Force in a while, but. I mean, he could have sat there and just snapped his neck instantly and left, but he wants it to really fester. You know what I mean? Because
he's taking his time with him.
Yeah,
and then we're gonna see Obi-Wan have this character arc where he gets his powers back and then becomes kind of a badass.
I'm sure by the episode 6, I'm hoping anyway that we'll see
I just
that.
hope it picks up for me. I mean, I was happy with seeing Darth Vader because I was like talking shit. Like if Darth Vader's a cool, like I'm gonna punch my TV, Like, but he was
really good. No.
Oh, he's a badass. I thought it was a weird where they were. It was kind of just like those sandy hills everywhere.
Well, it's a mining
place,
colony. That's where they're
yeah,
at.
Okay,
so.
yeah, I guess so.
But
I guess I just always pictured it being like a cooler like location where they. I guess I'm used
sure
to seeing
they
him
will.
fight Luke like on the Death Star and all those cool,
yeah.
like bridges and metal, all that.
No, absolutely.
Industrial type.
I definitely see a lot more. I've heard already that they've said they've greenlit season 2 because the premiere 2 episodes were like the biggest Disney Plus has ever had for any show.
For any show?
For any show so far. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's been the biggest rollout by far for them.
Interesting.
They're really impressed by it. So that
need
already
to,
got
like-
greenlit season 2. I mean, Celebration was just the Memorial Day weekend at Star Wars Celebration, the big convention.
Mm-hmm.
And they've rolled out so much of what's coming out, and speaking of which, I mean, we can maybe talk about that a little later on because
What's the newest movie that's going to come out? Did they talk?
Well, there's
about
no movie.
No movie yet?
but there's a lot of shows. Like we're anticipating.
So they're really banking on the shows.
Oh
now,
yeah,
huh?
for right now, that's what they're focusing on, and I think they're trying to figure out like where do we go from here? Do we reboot that new trilogy again, where we sort of retell the story after Return of the Jedi and just kind of let the J.J. Abrams trilogy go, to the side?
Right.
Or do we tell new side stories with maybe some with the new characters that we've got in these new shows? I don't know, but they didn't really do much announcement as far as that's concerned. But like we're getting Andor, which is Cassian Andor. He was the main lead in Rogue One. We're getting 12 episodes in that first season.
Yeah.
Thanks,
anyways,
bro.
like Obi-Wan.
You look really interested.
I mean,
yeah, okay. All right. So anyway, we're getting back into this, and
well, I don't want to get too much into like. There's so much Star Wars shit coming out. Like it's not out yet. I don't want to get too much into that. I just want to kind of really recap this Obi-Wan show,
so
right?
to finish off, but so now of course if at the end of the episode 3, we see Reva is chasing after Leia to kidnap her.
Right.
So
right.
now it'll be interesting. Like, where do we go from here? Like, he's beat up. Obi-Wan's like really tore up. He's got the one ally. But here's real quick before we're done with the review here. But we had a real important name get mentioned in the mining town when he was in that room, in the back room behind the droid repair building. When he was looking at the markings on the walls. He mentioned, he goes, oh my God, he goes, Quinlan was here, which is Quinlan Vos. He's Jedi Quinlan Vos. And you see him a few times in the Clone Wars series. He's more of like a rogue, like not much of a rule-following type Jedi guy, but he's very powerful in the Force, and he helped General Kenobi out in the Clone Wars and a few other times. So there has been huge rumors that he was going to show up in this show. So I can't wait to see the Quinlan Vos character finally show up. And maybe he comes to the aid of Obi-Wan and helps him rescue Leia, and see where we go from there.
Now
so that'd
that
be really cool.
Vader's made an appearance, and I just hope I hope we get to see a lot more of him, and I hope they continue to make him really dark and sinister and just keep him super evil.
I mean, they made the point of bringing Hayden Christensen back to play him, so I wouldn't think they would slough off on just having one appearance for a couple of scenes. You know what I mean? I would definitely
we'll see. I just need to pick up a little bit for me. Right now I'm not even really.
That's my main gripe about all these like Star Wars shows. Like, I love them to death so much, and we only ever get like maybe 40 minutes of an episode. It's like, how can the Duffer Brothers make an hour and a half of a Stranger Things episode each episode, and we barely get a 35 to 40 minute Star Wars episode here? We can't even get an hour out of it. Like, I don't know. I don't get it. That's my one gripe about that. But anyway, love the show. Speaking of which, because obviously we're a toy podcast, a lot of toys coming out for the Obi-Wan show. We've got two versions,
like Black Series?
Yeah, Black Series and Vintage Collection. We've got obviously Obi-Wan's going to be in the Vintage Collection. They have some nice soft goods. He's got a fabric robe that he's going to have with his lightsaber, and I think there might be one other accessory. Obviously, he's getting a Black Series version, which now, you know how the new artwork that we always taught, on the boxes, and they're numbered for that particular show, that's going to make that mural that they always do with the new box art. So Obi-Wan obviously is number 1. So he's let me see. Did they have any? Oh, there. So there's
this one?
Ewan McGregor holding it. Yeah. So that's his new Black Series figure right there. So you get a blaster. I don't know if it's soft goods.
It's got the
that's the
older version of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Well, that's been out for a while. That's the Spirit Obi-Wan. But so the one he's holding up is the brand new one from the new series.
Yeah.
And so
you're gonna get all these?
Oh, of course I am.
Oh, bro, you're Black Series obsessed. Bro.
Oh, hell yes. I've quit collecting on a lot of stuff that I used to. I'm really hardcore into Black Series now, and some of the Vintage Collection, not so much. A few characters here and there, but we're getting Obi-Wan right now. Reva, the third sister, she's getting a Black Series and a Vintage Collection. We've seen Grand Inquisitor's getting one, and Fifth Brother, so all of them are getting it, and Fourth Sister, the one she's got like the tentacles with the green eyes.
Yeah.
We're getting the Black Series from those. We already have a Target exclusive coming out of Obi-Wan, of him in his outfit where he's like the meat cutter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that one was like a obscure one.
I'll look for that one. I like the exclusives.
Yeah. So
look at this Lola statue that's coming out. Princess Leia's little robot flying thing that's coming out.
I like
that's
that little.
cool, huh?
Yeah, it's like the little robot.
It reminds me
buddy.
of those little robots from remember that old movie Batteries Not Included?
Oh yeah, I love that, man. I got it on DVD at home. It's a classic.
Of course you do, bro.
Yeah.
Oh man,
it does. Maybe that might be a tip of the hat to that movie, But no, definitely, I can't wait for more episodes, and definitely for the toys, man. So.
All right, so let's talk about. I'm really interested to hear your thoughts on this Top Gun movie. I feel like everyone is raving about this.
Raving.
I can't wait to see it.
It is.
I love the original.
It's amazing.
Is it?
Absolutely amazing. Like I already said, like when I went to go see it, I was like, I can't see this standard. It has to be IMAX.
You went IMAX.
I went IMAX with it. I didn't mind spending the extra money. I was like, this is a movie you have to see in IMAX, and it delivers hardcore.
Yeah, with those
like I don't want to get
planes and the sounds.
Oh, I mean, just the area, the photography, and that's one thing I had to say is I know like Tom Cruise can be a little off center because everything and personally in his life, but I mean when he makes a movie, he makes a movie, man.
Yeah, he knows how to make movies.
Yeah, and I mean just like you get
forget about his crazy Scientology couch jumping antics.
Absolutely.
Does movies like badass, dude. All his Mission Impossible movies are badass too,
dude. And when you go see Top Gun, we're getting another Mission Impossible movie coming out.
Oh, I'm sure they rolled out a trailer.
Oh, absolutely, right before it. So we're getting another one of those. But dude, like, there's so much in this movie. There's the beautiful nostalgia of the original.
Mm-hmm.
There's
because they're doing all with the real planes, right?
Yes.
Like,
yeah, everything's real. I mean, from the get go, like. There's so much emotion in it. I mean, you laugh, you cry, you're like sitting there getting goosebumps. You know what I mean? Like I said, like several times during the movie, I was like, oh my God, I'm like, yes, I mean, I love the scenes where he's like riding his motorcycle and the jets are taking off from the landing strip, and he's like, yeah, he's like, Ryan, you got the powerful music, and right off the bat, man, when the movie starts, you got that amazing Harold Faltermeyer,
sure, the score is really awesome.
Yeah, the score, and you see like just a montage of like the Navy guys, sending the jets off the off the ships and everything, and then of course Kenny Loggins movie pumping it,
Right.
Kenny Loggins song pumping in there, man. It's from
Danger Zone, baby,
dude. The minute the movie starts, man, they get your blood pumping on it, and it's
really,
it's so amazing, like. To see where like the Maverick is in his life now, and everybody's kind of like questioning, like, well, at some point, like Ed Harris's character has a minor part in it, but he claims he goes, you're a captain, yet you should be a 2-star admiral at this point. He goes, I don't understand it. He goes, why? And he's like, well, sir, he goes, I feel like I'm supposed to be where I'm at. Like, he just doesn't feel like he needs to be a desk guy that, where.
Yeah, he still wants to fly.
Yeah,
right?
he wants to fly, and he wants to be that guy. He's a pilot. That's how he always sees himself, as a pilot.
Tom Cruise just like barely ages, dude. Look at him.
No, he looks fantastic.
If you look at the picture, they do there's a lot of these things online now. They do like a side-by-side comparison of him and then who is the female that co-starred with him in the original movie.
Yeah.
And they show what she looks like now.
Yeah, they actually interviewed her to
really?
ask her, like, did they ever contact you to be in this movie? And she's really straight out about it.
Yeah.
She goes, really? She goes, have you seen me? She goes, I really haven't acted much. She goes, I haven't kept myself really in the shape that they probably would like me to be.
Right.
So she goes, I'm not surprised. I wasn't really.
She looked smoking in the first movie.
Oh yeah, she was great. Kelly McGillis.
Kelly McGillis. Yeah. You've seen like those side by side, right? It's like all over the internet.
I mean, I've seen her years ago. I don't know what she looks like currently today, but what I kind of like about it too was that they took like a small. Oh wow, she really has.
Oh, here it is. Right
yeah,
here.
There's that one.
So it's like 1986 Tom Cruise.
Oh wow.
Picture of her and Tom Cruise, and then 2018. She looks like his grandma in this other picture.
Well, here's the thing though too is like she was a lot older in the original than he was.
Than he was. Oh really?
So there was a big age gap. Yeah. I mean, she looked great in the movie, and she could. Yeah, and she could pull. She pulled off the character.
What do you think about that, Toe? She looked pretty hot She looked hotter in 86 or 2018.
86.
So I mean, but she was straight out. She wasn't beating around the bush about it. Where like she was like, oh yeah, that's so terrible. She's like, no, look at me. I'm not really up for that part anymore.
Right.
So, but I like how it was a small tidbit in the original where like they were like, oh yeah, like yeah, Maverick, when you pulled that G around the Admiral's daughter, and that's how we get Jennifer Connelly's character in this one. She's the Admiral's daughter that they were talking about in the first one. So it was like this little tidbit in the original that they expanded
together
upon
pretty nice like
to
that.
get. Yeah, so he has a love interest in this one, which
interesting.
I thought it was really interesting, and I like how they did that. But then, and what I absolutely love though, and I know he's in bad shape right now, and I hope
Val Kilmer.
Yeah,
right?
I hope he pulls through together what he's going through right now. But I'm so happy that he was able to come in this movie.
He's in it. He's actually in it.
He's in it.
Oh wow.
He's in the movie, and I mean because he can't really talk now because of his
can't talk at all. He talks to that
exactly.
Like,
but and they incorporate that in the movie, so it was a heartfelt moment. Him and Iceman. But it was so good, and when they interviewed him, he goes, nowadays I can't do much anymore in my condition. But he says, one movie that I really wanted, if anything, I was going to push through to do was this movie, because he says this movie always has a special place in my heart, So I was like,
oh yeah,
and to see him in that was just phenomenal. I was like, this is
such
great.
an iconic movie.
Oh hell yeah,
bro. Like who hasn't seen this movie? Or who? You ever talk to someone's like, it's not that great. Like everybody loves the original movie.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, and I'm going to even say, I'll even go to the point of this movie was better than the original. I mean, it was on par. And I'm not the only one that said that.
No shit.
When I was in the movie theater, I can't begin you. There was at least 6 or 7 times where people were clapping in unison.
Oh, really?
For several points of the movie.
People don't really clap often in the theater.
No, they
right?
don't. I've only been a few times in movies where people have clapped for stuff, and it might be a few that started it, and a couple chime in.
Mm-hmm.
This one was, I mean, there was my theater was full, and there was a lot of people clapping on a lot of these different scenes, man. And at the end, especially, everybody cheered for it. It was a really...
At the end, people gave it like a standing ovation.
Oh, it was like, everyone was just like, yeah.
Oh, really?
It was really a feel-good moment. Like, I mean, that movie did its job when you got people like giving a nice round of applause for this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But and I know like
people don't fake that at the theaters.
No.
People would never clap if the movie sucked. It's like that's a real response. It's nice to be involved in a moment like that, right?
Yeah. And also too, like I know your feelings on him, but I really thought the role.
What do you mean? Like,
well,
you know me so well.
I do. So I know your feelings on him, but I really thought Miles Teller did an amazing job in this movie. I know you don't like him.
Someone mentioned that he was Goose's son.
Yes.
I'm sorry, spoiler
he plays
alert.
Rooster, and he's Goose's son in the movie. But I really say it. He's okay in a lot of his other movies, but I think this was the role that he was born to do.
Born to play this role,
and he did a phenomenal job with it. And you were almost like you were watching. What was it? Is it Anthony Edwards that played Goose? Right?
I think so.
The actor. You believe it? He was his son, and like,
I don't think he's a bad actor. It's just like I've been around like celebrities when they do those interviews. I did a bunch of grip jobs where you would just hear people talk about movies that are coming out, and he played in that Footloose reboot movie.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he played like who's the guy that he passed away, but he was
Patrick Swayze?
No, not Patrick Swayze. Patrick Swayze.
I'm sorry, he's not in that. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, I'm thinking of Dirty Dancing for a minute there.
Yeah, no. I'm talking about Footloose.
Yeah,
but the original Footloose, they rebooted it.
Yeah.
Kevin Bacon was in the original one. The guy that played his buddy, he was like wore the cowboy hat, and they taught him how to dance. Sean Penn's brother, I think it was Chris Penn, right?
Yeah, he played Chris Penn's role.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Really?
But anyways, like that's irrelevant.
Okay.
They were interviewing him, and one of the questions they always ask when they rebooted movies, like, "What'd you think of the original?" And he was like, "Oh, I never saw it," And I don't like when people say that. 'Cause I'm like, why would you never see it? I feel like it's disrespectful to the original cast and writers and everybody, and you're just like, I didn't see it. It's like, what the fuck?
Like, dude, you're doing a reboot movie. Like, how hard is it for you to sit down, buy the DVD, sit down for an hour and a half or whatever it is, and watch the movie and do it some justice?
Maybe they feel like that'll affect their performance in a negative way because they want to go in and not knowing how someone else played the role or something. But it just came off as very pompous to me. And I was like, fuck you, dude. Like, I don't know, whatever.
It's such an iconic movie, though. It's not like something like... It was just like like a movie they did in the 80s that didn't really get much fanfare and they were going to reboot it. I could see it then be like, oh, hey, yeah, I didn't really see the original. You know what I mean? Like, but this is like such an iconic movie. You would have thought he would.
And he was also in that horrible Fantastic Four reboot movie too.
Yeah,
or you kind of didn't mind that, right?
I didn't mind it because I liked the dark tone they had to it, but it was just such a mess of a movie because that
Josh Trank movie, the director.
Well, that was because
that was his last movie, right?
Oh, well, yeah, because he was a nut job.
I've read a lot of horrible things about him on set. Yeah.
Dude, I mean, he dive bombed that movie himself.
Anyways, fuck. Let's not even talk about it.
I'm not gonna get into that.
But so check this out. Top Gun. I want to see how it done, like box office wise. Top Gun.
Only Tom Cruise movie that hit over $100 million ever in his career. This movie.
You mean like opening weekend?
Opening weekend. $100 million.
That can't be right.
I swear to God.
No Mission Impossibles have done that.
Nope. close, but never. He's never had a movie domestically reach over $100 million
in
on opening weekend.
And this one did.
This
no
one did
way.
it. Dude, domestically, that movie raked in $156 million.
It says 500 million globally.
Globally, yes.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, this one,
barrel rolling towards 290 million. Tom Cruise's
I can
top
only
grossing.
imagine we get a Top Gun 3 out of this because they've made such oodles of money on this thing. I can only imagine.
Yeah, that'll be sweet, man.
So,
well, I gotta see it now, man. I was psyched to see
really
it before,
do.
but I had to hearing you gush over it, dude. I'm dying to see
Seriously,
it.
like everybody
I
in
can
there.
tell you loved it.
Oh,
you're
my
like,
God, yeah. Like, I mean, dude, I had goosebumps the entire time watching it, just everything in it.
Yeah.
And the beautiful thing was right at the end, when the credits hit, they put a nice memorial to Tony Scott, which I thought was very respectable. You know what I mean? Because he directed the original. Tom and him started collaborating for the sequel until he passed away.
When did he pass away?
Well, he committed suicide.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was a real weird thing. Like, he went through this whole thing, like, several hours in L.A., where they said, like, he drove his car to a bridge, tried jumping off of it to kill himself, and he didn't kill himself, so he, like, swam back, got back in the car, went to another, like, high-end area, and then he finally, when he jumped, he actually did the job.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, and there's a lot of speculation about exactly what made him get to that point. And there was a big story circulating that he found out that he had recently had brain cancer, and he was in a bad stage of it, and he just lost it, and he didn't want to suffer. But his wife came out and said that was not the point. But nobody really got a straight answer of what made him just.
God. I always feel like that's a weird way to do it. Like, let me jump off a bridge like that. Oh God, man, that seems like a.
Not be successful and swim back and go find another bridge.
Right? Yeah, I'd be like, no, that wasn't that bad. I survived. Let's try it again.
I mean, it was really heartbreaking and like crazy what all that unfolded. But it was nice that they put a memorial in at the end there.
Yeah, that's sweet. Did you see Top Gun? The new Top Gun movie?
No.
Yeah, you gonna see it?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I was gonna go see. I might go see it
all
tonight.
The feels, man.
If I don't see it tonight, I'm gonna go see it. All the feels, bro.
All the feels.
I'll go see it tomorrow, matinee style.
Definitely gives you the need for speed.
Hell yeah! All right,
yeah.
Sweet, man. I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you saw it.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna go see it soon.
All right.
And that's it, man. Episode 17. God, we didn't really get into toys too much, huh? We didn't do any toys in the hood, no off the show. It's okay, though.
Well, we'll get there.
There's a lot of cool toys.
There's just so much going on right now. There's pop culture that we had to talk about it.
Well, our show is about that too. We're not only about toys. So, like we said, starting out in the show, we're gonna talk about video games, movies, TV shows, stuff like that. So this is fun, man. I like talking about.
Yeah, these last couple of weeks had so much going on that I mean, come on, we had to talk about it. So.
Yeah. Oh, for sure, man. Well, it was a good show, AC. This is Sean O'Brien, the 80s kid. My Donkey Kong score is 885,400. Go see the penis scene in the opening season of the Boys. You will not be disappointed.
Wow. I still can't get over that, but all right. This is Mr. MOC, Met.Card AC. Thanks for joining us, guys. On to episode 18.
And Brian, thanks for hanging out, bro.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
You bet.
Peace out.
Bye.